All right, everybody's talking about this. The hurricane force winds from Florence now have arrived on the North Carolina coast. We're going to take a live look now. This is Frying Pan Shoals, North Carolina. It looks like things are getting worse because that flag now has been torn by those extreme winds. Hurricane Florence did weaken to a Category 2 overnight, but it is still very powerful, and we're seeing the results of that. Look at the ocean water. The last chance today for people to get out of the way. Big waves crashed ashore in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, as the outer bands of wind and rain from Hurricane Florence reached the Carolinas. The storm's been downgraded now from a Category 4 to a Category 2, with maximum sustained winds of 110 miles per hour. The storm has lost some of its strength at sea, but federal officials warn it is still extremely dangerous.
Please do not let your guard down. The storm surge forecast associated with this storm has not changed. It has remained the same.
Forecasters expect a storm surge of up to 15 feet in some areas, and Florence could dump more than 30 inches of rain, causing massive flooding.
This is a powerful storm that can kill.
On North Carolina's Outer Banks, a lot of people evacuated, but there are always a few who stay.
I'd rather be here and knowing what I'm dealing with than somewhere else and not knowing what I'm going to be confronted with.
Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, just on the other side of the intercoastal waterway here, is under a mandatory evacuation. And police say those who stay might be on their own.
I'm not going to put our personnel in harm's way. For some, especially for people that were told to evacuate, they failed to evacuate.
Stay safe, guys.
People in Jacksonville, North Carolina, about 20 miles from the Atlantic, did move their boats before the storm. It's one of the cities expected to see the highest storm surge when the hurricane makes landfall.
It's really somewhat of a gloomy feeling knowing that the coast of North Carolina is going to be changed forever.
All right, here we are. More live pictures now from Frying Pan Shoals, North Carolina. There's a flight tracking service that says about 1,200 U.S. airline flights scheduled for today, tomorrow, already have been canceled. And this is part of the reason why you can see those extreme winds. Some airports in the Carolinas are just about shut down. If Florence follows its current path, it should miss the American Airlines hub in Charlotte and the Delta hub in Atlanta. So that's some encouraging news. All right, our meteorologist Danielle Gersh is here. She's been tracking Florence with us, and boy, still a very well-defined storm there.
Oh,
Danielle.
yeah, absolutely. Look at how big this storm is. So even though it is now a Category 2 storm, don't let that fool you. It's still massive in size, and a lot of the damage is because of how slow-moving this storm is going to be as well. So take a look. You could see the outer bands of Florence starting to work their way into the outer banks of North Carolina, and now onto the North Carolina coast as well. So heavy rain and hurricane force winds starting to really batter the coast there. Take a look. The eye of the storm about 70 to 100 miles off the North Carolina coast. And keep in mind, hurricane force winds will extend about 80 miles from the center of this storm. So of course, the wind's a huge concern, the heavy rain, and then, of course, that devastating storm surge. So here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Florence packing winds of 105 miles per hour, and this is where this storm just really is going to do massive devastation and destruction as we head into the next 48 hours and it slows down. Right now, it's just moving at 10 miles per hour. By tonight into tomorrow, we're talking just crawling along the coast of North Carolina into South Carolina, through tomorrow into Saturday, through the end of the weekend, and then weakening and then moving into the mid-Atlantic. But this is really a dangerous situation. We're talking storm surge up to 14, 15 feet, rain totals 30 to 40 inches, and days of hurricane force and tropical storm force winds with Florence. So we'll take a look at your forecast here at home. I promise it's much better, and that's coming up. Sandy.
All right, Danielle, thank you.